Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the powers of destruction. So, yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the previous part of this series. And if you guys have not seen it, please, guys, check it out. You guys will definitely like it. And yeah, guys, as for the next part, the like goal is going to be 200 likes and 80 comments. Do that, and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, please guys do so. So before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please guys do so. It would be really appreciated as I want to reach 20k subscribers, and you guys subscribing would be really helpful to me. So please guys subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I have also put the link of my Instagram within the description below. So please follow me on Instagram as well as the link of my other Naruto channel, as I have uploaded a video on it. What if Naruto was neglected by his family and was trained by Dark Lord Zeref? And the link of my other Naruto channel is in the description below as well. And the link of my friend's channel as well. So without any further ado, let us start the video. Last time we left off as we saw that Naruto had finally came out of the forest of death, but unfortunately for him that he has missed one of his mark because of Orochimaru's intervention. Even though Orochimaru was a bit of fun fighting with, but it did not matter to him as he was able to defeat that little snake as Orochimaru was able to run away from the place. But anyways, as Naruto saw that Menma and Naruto's team has finally arrived, as well as another team of Hinata Hyuga has also arrived, while on the other hand all the other Konoha teams were eliminated. Afterward, the finals of the Chunin exam finally came, in which Naruto fight off against many opponents, but the main one that was there was none other than Yujito Ni, who told Naruto that how he was considered a failure all across the elemental nations. People call him weak, and it was only pity that he was given the clan heir title, nothing more than that. As Naruto simply chuckled at that, it seemed that Minato has decided to put the news of how he had won the title in secret, and therefore spreading the rumors that how Menma and Naruto were the prodigy children or things like that. Naruto simply chuckled at that, but that for that insult, Naruto beat Yujito to the inch of her life, defeating her pretty badly, and afterward using the power of the Moketon as well, shocking all the cages that were present there, as Orochimaru was fuming at that, realizing that the brat was holding back and he was this powerful. He had to take over Naruto's body, otherwise he would be a threat to him. While on the other hand, Minato was not exactly happy as he had decided to send Naruto to Ibiki so that they can interrogate him about his secrets and how did he achieve such abilities, and to, you can say, mass produce the Mokitan users from Naruto as well for the good of Konoha. Of course, this would make, you can say, Uzumaki and Namikaze clan even stronger, as Minato had already made up his mind. He had delayed it long enough. Today, Menma and Ruko will win against Naruto no matter what. As he looked towards his sensei, who nodded at that, he had already prepared a seal that will shut down Naruto's chakra network and has given it to Menma and Naruto. This will be the day that Menma and Naruto will reclaim their title as the rightful clan heir and heiress, as well as a smirk at that, and Naruto would be sent to the side branch, of course. Yes, afterward, Naruto also defeated Gaara, but you can say consciously he sent a bit of his destruction energy into the seal, destroying Shikaku as well as the seal itself. So yeah guys, that was the last part of the series. If you guys have not seen it, please guys do so. Hopefully you guys will like it. So without any further ado, let us start the story from here. As Naruto looked towards a Proctor, as Proctor has just announced Naruto to be the winner against Gaara, as Genma looked towards the Hokage, who nodded, as you can say Genma nodded back, as Genma speak up for the finale of the Chunin exam. It is going to be something new that has never happened in the history of the Chunin exams, as today there will be a three-way battle between the children of the Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze versus Menma Uzumaki Namikaze versus Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. At this, everyone started to cheer at that. After all, Menma and Naruto were the darlings of Konoha, the prince and the princess, while many of the people were booing at Naruto, as Naruto simply ignored most of them. But today was the day that he will have his revenge, as he could already feel the ill intentions from his father, as He simply chuckled at that, but unfortunately for Minato, the plans are not exactly gonna come true for him. As Naruto looked towards Menma and Naruto with a smile on his face, as Menma looked towards Naruto as both of them nodded towards each other, they have already prepared several plans as Jiraiya has given them multiple seals to help them, as well as you can say they have also mastered the Horizon to the lower levels, of course. As they look towards each other and simply gave Naruto a look as Genma realizing that it will not be exactly three-way battle but two versus one. But hey, the Hokage has ordered it, he cannot say anything about it. So after announcing the matches, he jumps away by saying begin. As he sunshine out of the stadium knowing that the battle is gonna get a bit hectic. As Menma speak up, well brother, it seemed that today is the day that you are gonna lose it all. I hope that you enjoy the ride as being called the clan heir long enough because today is the day that it will end. As the Roko speak up, you may have taken us off guard last time, but this time it will not happen. As the Roko smirked and suddenly chakra chains erupted from her body as Naruto raised an eyebrow at that. But then he looked back towards you can say into the stadium as Tsunade was standing there with a smile on her face. It seemed that Naruto has gone through some experimentations. These chakra chains, he could also sense the chakra signature of Kushina coming from them. It seemed that Kushina has given some of her DNA for Naruto to once again activate her chakra chains as Naruto smirked at that as Naruto chuckled as he looked towards Menma as Menma has brought out a kunai from his kunai pouch. At this, everyone eyes widened as Minato had a proud smile on his face, while on the other hand, Orochimaru A as well as Onoki were looking a bit nervous at that as Menma smirked. Alright then, let's begin this. After saying that, he vanishes in a yellow flash, appearing behind Naruto with a Rasengan in his hand, while in front of Naruto, Naruko has also appeared with a sword in her hand, ready to cut Naruto's head off. As Naruto simply smirked at that as he grabbed Menma's hand in which the Rasengan was present and flipped Menma, throwing Menma towards Naruto in such an angle that the Rasengan would collide with Naruko's sword. But to his surprise, as Naruko, you can say, brought out her chakra chains, grabbing Menma and throwing him into the air. As Menma also, you can say, threw several kunais towards the area, while on the other hand, Naruko also started to flip out of the way, started to go through hand signs as she released a gigantic fireball towards Naruto, while on the other hand, Menma has also prepared his hand sign and released gigantic, you can say, streams of fire towards Naruto as well. As Naruto sighed as he clapped his hand at such a force that a shockwave erupted from his hand, making a gigantic force collided with the fire, extinguish it within seconds. As he looked forward to see that Naruto and Menma were nowhere to be seen, but he simply gave a small smile as Menma has appeared behind Naruto with a Rasengan in his hand. As he said Rasengan as a gigantic Rasengan hit Naruto right in the chest, sending him flying through the stadium, slamming him into the wall. At this, Minato had a smile on his face. He was proud of Menma, while on the other hand, Naruto suddenly chains erupted from the ground and started to wrap around Naruto's body. As you can say, Naruto looked towards Menma as Menma nodded as he flashed in front of Naruto. As a kunai was already present as he brought out some seals and slammed it into the chest of Naruto with a smirk on his face. Well, brother, it is over, can't you see? Your chakra network is sealed away, and for now, your title is forever gone. As I started to laugh at that, as Naruto looked towards Genma, who has just arrived, looking around towards the kid, as he said, well, the winner of the match is. But before he could complete a sentence, the whole stadium started to shake violently. At this, Minato started to wonder what was going on. Suddenly, a burst of laughter could be heard as Naruto was laughing as he looked towards both Menma and Naruto. To be honest, that was a bit impressive. You two would have really become good shinobis in the future, but it is really sad that you guys do not actually have a future to begin with, because today is the day you shall die. At this, a aura erupted from Naruto's body as the chains suddenly were surrounded by a purple energy, turning them into nothing. Not even ash was left behind. As Naruto quickly realizing that this was the same chakra, but how is this possible? Jiraiya Sensei and her father's seal should have sealed off that chakra permanently. There was no way in hell that Naruto has still access to his dangerous chakra. She already knew what danger it actually, you could say, possessed. As she quickly jumped back as Menma also flashed away, appearing beside Naruto, wondering what was going on here. As the sky turned purple for a moment, as Naruto looked towards Menma and Naruto with a smile on his face. As Menma looked towards Naruto and gulped a little, it seemed that the seal did not work. They have to use their other trump card. As both of them nodded, as you can say, red chakra started to surround both of them. One tail, two tail, and three tails has finally appeared behind both Menma and Naruto. As both of them simply grab each other's hand, and just like that, a fourth tail appeared. But this time, it was not the second, you can say, tail beast transformation in which the second, you can say, stage appeared. No, for you can say they are able to make a technique in which that they are able to use the fourth tail, well, not completely, more like three and a half tail each, with the help of each other, of course, as both of them lunged towards Naruto, each of them having a Rasengan in their hands. But to their surprise, Naruto appeared in front of them by grabbing them by their neck and slamming their faces into each other and backhanding Menma into the ground as Menma tried to flash away. But the moment he flashed, as a kick slammed into his face as Menma once again flashed away into a kunai, but to his shock, a punch slammed into his gut as Menma tried to flash once again into the air where the kunai he had thrown previously was hanging by the wall. But when he arrived there, a kick slammed into his face, sending him flying into the ground. As Naruto looked towards Menma with a smirk on his face as Naruto tried to attack Naruto with her chakra chains, as Naruto simply smirked, say goodbye to these chains, and this time permanently. Hakai. At this, the energy started to erode at the chains as Naruto tried to cancel the technique, but it was not working. As she let out a scream of pure pain and agony, the chakra coils where these chains were previously made and the new coils that were made were utterly destroyed to the point that adding new coils for the chakra chains to once again be implanted into her DNA was literally impossible, and it had damaged her chakra network even further as Minato stood up, wondering if the plan had failed. While on the other hand, Naruto looked towards Naruto, who was now growling at Naruto as Menma also stood up, anger in his eyes as Menma started to open his mouth, as well as Naruto, as you can say, tail beast bomb started to appear in them as both of them looked towards each other as the board tail beast bomb started to merge together as a gigantic tail beast bomb was now forming as both of them launched it towards Naruto as Naruto looked towards it with a bored expression on his face, and the moment it arrived in front of Naruto as Naruto let out a smirk on his face, and just like that a kick was planted into the tail beast bomb as it was, you can say, kicked into the sky far away from even the planet, shocking all the participants that were present there. They were utterly shocked at the display of the teamwork and the power Menma and Naruto possessed, but Naruto was simply toying with both of them. As Naruto simply chuckled at that as it turned into full-blown laughter as suddenly his eyes started to glow purple as Naruto looked into the eyes of Minato directly as Minato took a step back in utter fear as in eyes of Naruto was none other than the Rinnegan itself, which was shining purple, and you can say commas of Sharingan were spinning in them as Naruto said, this is the power you feared in the elemental nations, don't you? Well then, Minato, help your children if you can. As Naruto looked towards Menma, as he said, come to me. And just like that, a gravitational force pulled Menma towards Naruto, who was already too shocked as he tried to claw at Naruto, but the gravitational force stopped him at the center of it. As Naruto said, well, Menma, have you ever seen the stars? As Menma was a bit confused, since I'm so much of a good older brother, I will help you to see them a lot closely. So, begone at this almighty push as a gigantic gravitational force slammed into Menma. As Menma let out a scream of pure pain and agony, he was launched into the sky at such a speed that it was literally, you can say, within seconds, he was so small in the eyes of everyone, and he was being pushed back at such a force and speed that within a minute Menma Uzumaki Namikaze was outside of the atmosphere of the planet, and the only last thing he saw was, well, literally stars, if you can actually see them from outside of the planet, or at least moon. But that was the last thing he saw. As everyone knows, when without using the, you can say, the suit which the astronaut use, if you go outside of the planet without using that, your body's pressure simply cannot handle that. And just like that, his body exploded into nothingness. As everyone eyes widened at that, Minato, who was standing there in utter shock as his mouth was wide open, as his eyes were trying to search Menma. No, no, it was not possible. It was a genjutsu. Yes, it was a genjutsu. Kai, as he tried to release it, while Jiraiya was shaking in utter fear at this point, and in utter horror as well, as Naruto gave a small smile. See, how good of a older brother I am, Naruto. So what is your wish, Naruto? Because I will fulfill it, as a good older brother should. As he stepped forward towards Naruto, who had tears in her eyes as she took a step back in utter horror and fear as she said, "No, stay back!" As Naruto simply gave her a smile as Miruko looked towards Shenma. She was about to give up, but before she could do anything like that, Naruto had appeared in front of her as killing intent exploded from his body as everyone was rooted to the ground as Genma, who was about to jump into the ground, was literally, you can say, put to the ground, utterly shocked, too scared to even move. Even Kages were literally, you can say, caught off guard, not able to move. Even Minato, who has seen his son being sent flying into the sky, and at this point, almost outside of the atmosphere to begin with. As Naruto looked towards Naruto, as he put a hand to her cheek, well, I can understand, Naruto. After all, how many times you have to sacrifice for your family, for your village? You have to be just a shinobi, being able to carry the QP and all the responsibilities as a new clan heiress and all that. Don't worry, your older brother will relieve you all of those duties like the good older brother I am. As Naruto put his hand to her stomach, and just like that, purple energy erupted from his hand, while inside of the cage, Kyuubi's eyes widened as, well, whatever remaining chakra's consciousness it had, but it was already too late for it as energy erupted from it, absorbing the chakra of the Kyuubi and bringing it back to Naruto, destroying her seal. While on the other hand, Naruto's eyes widened as she could feel within her chakra coils something was wrong. No, her own chakra coils were being destroyed as she let out a scream of pure pain and agony. And just like that, Naruko Uzumaki Namikaze's shinobi career was forever over. She has lost the power of the Kyuubi. Her chakra coils were utterly destroyed to the point that even Tsunade or Hashirama Senju, hell, not even Sage of the Sixth Path would be able to give her her chakra pathways and chakra coils back, and her career was literally over as Naruto looked down towards her with a smirk on his face. As he looked towards everyone, as the killing intent was still being released by him, as Naruto chuckled as he started to fly within the sky, as energy around him started to get erupted even to more and more purple energy of utter destruction. As Naruto looked towards them all, people of Konoha, as he spoke, as all of them were now looking towards Naruto in utter shock as Minato, who had just seen his own son being killed off like he was nothing but a fly swap away from even the planet itself, and his daughter, who had no doubt her career as a shinobi being over. While on the other hand, he looked towards Naruto in utter hatred in his eyes, but he was also still rooted to the ground, not being able to do anything at this point. As Naruto looked towards all of them, for years you have humiliated me. As a child, I had to run away from you people as if you actually hold any kind of power. To be honest, I am disgusted with myself, and I had to live with the shame for years. But today is the day you shall answer for it all. As you look towards, you can say, the cage box, Orochimaru, Raikage, and Tsuchikage, I know about your plans to invade Konoha. as all of their eyes widened. Even Minato looked back towards both of them, and then he noticed that it was Orochimaru, not the Keisuke, shocked that how did that all happen? But today is not your day, it is mine, and I definitely refuse to share my glory with insects such as your kind. So, for that, as Naruto moved his hand, and just like that, you can say five balls of utter destruction energy appeared in his hand as Naruto moved them as they rushed towards five different directions. And just like that, you can say screams could be heard from the faraway direction of Konoha as Raikage's eyes widened when he realized that one of that direction was the place where his shinobis had hidden. As Naruto looked towards the box of civilians, as Naruto smirked as the shinobis that were present there quickly came out of their shock and rushed back, trying to leave the place, trying to run away, seeing that how they were spotted, but it was already too late as beams of purple energy rushed through their hearts, killing them all within seconds, and their body turned into nothing but, you can say, purple energy disappearing into like small stars. As Naruto looked towards Minato with a smirk, "You can thank me later, father, but after I kill half of the population of this village." Of course, as Minato's eyes widened as he quickly brought out his kunai as he looked towards Jiraiya, who has also came out of stupor as Jiraiya spoke up. "So, you have finally decided to show your true colors, huh? We already knew that you were a demon, a monster, and for that, you will pay for it all." As Minato spoke up, "Naruto, you have gone too far. You will answer for your crimes, for killing Menma and destroying Naruto's chakra pathway." As Naruto smirked at that, "Do you honestly believe that I do not know about your plans to use me like your own weapon, trying to use me to mass produce the Moketon children's, as well as now that you know about my Rinnegan, you will also try to take it for yourself? Huh, I already know about your secret plans, Minato, and how you want to get rid of the Fire Daimyo and use the, you can say, the money of the Fire Daimyo for the good of Konoha, like you like to say anyways." As Naruto chuckled at that, as Minato had anger in his eyes, the shinobis quickly brought up their positions as Naruto smirked at that as he looked back towards Minato. "Well, Minato, people say that you're the fastest man. Well, let's see if you're faster than me. Because I'm going on a killing spree, let's see if you can actually catch up to me and able to save all those people and try to keep up." With that, Naruto vanishes within a blur as Minato threw some kunais as he also vanished, trying to catch up to Naruto as shinobis also started to follow Naruto. As Naruto appeared within a district of Konoha as a he simply, you can say, put his one foot into the ground, and just like that, he jumped into the other direction within a blur as Minato started to follow him. But to Minato's surprise, the place where Naruto had put his foot down started to tremble furiously as Minato's eyes widened when purple energy started to erupt from the ground, and just like that, it shot it into the sky. As he started to get wider and wider, Minato's eyes widened when he saw several of the, you can say, main projects of Konoha, like you can say several districts of it were being consumed, as well as the civilians that were present there. As Minato tried to save them, but it was already too late, as Minato had to flash away. Unfortunately, several of the shinobis who had family there tried to save them, but it was too late for either of them, as both the families as well as the shinobis died. As Minato had anger in his eyes as Naruto gave him a wave as he vanished within a blur. And just like that, Minato tried to catch up to him, but after 5 minutes, Minato was panting. He had moved, you can say, at such a speed, but it was too late as Naruto had destroyed at least a quarter of Konoha, and it was destroyed to the point that he doubted that he would be able to, you can say, do anything about it in the future. As Naruto chuckled at that, as now Naruto was standing in front of Minato at faraway location. Then the stadium as Naruto was suddenly surrounded by hundreds, no, thousands of shinobis as Minato also flashed in front of Naruto, panting a little bit, but anger and fury in his eyes as Naruto has gone through main places of Konoha where several people were present, but main things were several of Konoha's main projects were there, but Naruto had destroyed them all. And now Konoha was had to pay up a big fine. But it did not matter. Naruto has yet to fulfill his promise to kill at least half of the people. He had only been able to do so around a quarter, but it was still much. But Minato had to stop him before he can get to the other quarter. As well as Minato glared towards Naruto. It is over, Naruto. Give up, and I will go easy on you. As Naruto chuckled at that. You honestly believe that, father? At this, Naruto suddenly noticed that Raikage and Onoki has also arrived, but it seemed that Orochimaru had decided to, you can say, cut his losses and get the hell out of here. Well, he will find that little snake at a later date. But anyways, as he looked towards Raikage with a chuckle on his face, as while on the other hand Raikage was glaring towards Naruto with as much hatred as possible. Well, Raikage, I was not expecting you to be here after all. Knowing that you try to attack Konoha, I have no doubt that Minato as well as Jiraiya will put their eyes on you soon enough after they dealt with me. As he chuckled at that thought, as Raikage glared towards Naruto, you have killed off so many of my shinobi. You honestly believe that I will allow you to run away after that? As Naruto looked towards Anuki, who had also anger in his eyes. As Naruto chuckled at that, as Minato looked towards both Anuki and Raikage, as he thought it for some time their help could be helpful. He could actually get rid of two problems at the same time. Maybe you can say Naruto would also kill off, you can say Raikage or Onoki, and it would be useful for him. As he smirked at that thought inwardly, as he looked towards, you can say Raikage and Onoki, even though I do not trust you guys, but if you want to avenge your people, then you would have to work with us. As Onoki scoffed at that, as Raikage glared towards Minato but nodded nonetheless, as Naruto smirked at that, as Jiraiya also appeared. He had two doors on his, you can say, shoulders, as both of them had entered into the sage mode, as Minato's eyes also showed the symbol of the toad's like, as Tsunade has also appeared with her seal activated, as Kakashi has shown up his Mangekyo Sharingan, as the shinobis around them were ready with their respective techniques, their hand signs already completed. As Naruto chuckled at that. Huh, well, so many dangers, shinobi, for one poor old me. Well then, if that is the case, then maybe we should even the numbers. But before that, I would have to fulfill my promise, Minato. After all, after that, I would have to go away from Konoha for some time. But don't worry, I will come back to kill you all, of course. So, for now, I will kill only half of it. As Minato scoffed, you are going nowhere, Naruto, because I will not allow you. As Naruto said, who said that I need to go away, father? Perhaps you've forgotten that where I was standing before it all began and where most of the people are at the moment. As Minato thought it for some time, but suddenly his eyes widened at that, as Naruto smirked at that. You have forgotten the stadium. At this, suddenly a blinding light erupted from the center of Konoha, where the stadium was present, as the screams were only for a second, but it was over, and just like that, that blinding light shot into the sky, turning everything into nothingness. As Naruto burst into laughter, while on the other hand, Onoki and Raikage's eyes widened at that. Their own nobilities were present there, which had arrived to, you can say, Konoha to see the Chunin exams, and many of their main customers. This will definitely hit their village. First, they had lost at least 1,000 shinobi each, and now they have lost their major customers. As Minato was glaring towards Naruto with as much hatred as possible, as he lost it, he moved with his, you can say, top speed, with a gigantic Rasengan in his hand, which was sparkling with lightning, ready to slam it into Naruto. But to his surprise, Naruto made the purple ball, as which took a form of a Rasengan. As Naruto smirked, well, here it is. Let's see which is stronger, your lightning Rasengan or my destruction Rasengan. But be aware, if you lose, you will also lose your arm. As Minato gritted his teeth as he pushed more chakra into his Rasengan. As both of the techniques, you can say, collided, Minato was thinking that it would struggle for a moment, but to his utter shock, his, you can say, Rasengan was cut through like a paper through a knife, while on the other hand, Minato quickly flashed away before his hand could touch that destruction Rasengan, and that was a good decision as Naruto slammed the Rasengan into the ground as a gigantic ball of destruction erupted as shinobis tried to jump away, but it was too fast as many of them were caught in it, as Minato was able to flash away as well as the Jonins and many of the Chunins as well. But the low levels were caught up in the ball of energy as Naruto chuckled at that as he said, well, father, as he looked towards, you know, as he looked towards Kakashi, in that eye of yours, the Mangekyo Sharingan, there is a legend that people say that it can able to summon a construct of chakra known as Susanoo. I was quite intrigued by that concept, so I've decided to use one of my own. So perhaps you would like to give me some space as Kakashi glared towards Naruto. No space. Well then, what can I say? I want you. And just like that, Naruto gave a smile to all of the shinobis present there, and just like that, his Rinnegan activated and a blinding light suddenly erupted from Naruto's body as all of the people started to cover their eyes, and when their eyes opened, a looming shadow had covered all over Konoha as a gigantic figure was standing there, as this figure was none other than the figure, rather a construct of Naruto's own shape and body that was standing there as Naruto chuckled at that as the construct was looking same as Naruto chuckled as he looked towards all of them. Well, it is bigger than the perfect Susanoo, but I can make it even stronger. But that would make things too easy. So perhaps we can have a bit of fun as suddenly the construct's hand started to glow as purple sword appeared in both of his hands as the construct moved and moved his swords as the moment the sword touched people or jutsus, it turned into nothingness. As several of the shinobis who were trying to attack Naruto turned into dust as Raikage tried to attack Naruto with his lightning speed, but he was grabbed by a bee in just last second as he told Raikage, stop it brother, as he looked towards the area, the shinobis who were trying to attack the construct with taijutsu, the jutsus, all of it was turning into nothingness. If you touch that thing, you will die. While on the other hand, Anoki spoke up particle style as he released as a gigantic stream of, you can say, white energy as Naruto chuckled at that as Naruto's construct backhanded Onoki as well as his beam turned into nothingness as well as Onoki was slammed into the ground at such a speed as he let out a scream of pure pain and agony as in front of everyone's eyes the purple energy started to move from his torso to his upper body as they wanted to cut off his legs so that they can stop it, but it was already too late as Onoki's body was already too, you can say, short to begin with. And just like that, within seconds, screaming in pure pain and agony, Onoki had turned into, you can say, nothingness. As Naruto let out a laugh at that as he looked towards Minato. Well, Minato, you wanted to punch me, huh? Well then, as the construct started to sit back and look towards Minato as he said, well, I'm standing here. Why don't you try to attack me, punch me, kick me? After all, I'm pretty sure that you want to do it. I will not even move at that. See how good of a son I am. I will happily take your beating. So, where are you? As he looked towards Minato, who had anger in his eyes, hatred to the brim of it, as Naruto looked towards Minato, towards Jiraiya. Well, Jiraiya, don't you wanna hit me? As after all, I have killed off your children of destiny. At this, Jiraiya's eyes widened, even the Toad's eyes widened. Did you honestly believe that? I did not knew about that stupid premonition of that drunken Toad. I could honestly care less about it. But since you guys don't wanna hate me, what about you, my dearest mother? At this, Kushina glared towards Naruto as much hatred as possible as she said enough of it as she brought out her chakra chains which tried to wrap around Naruto's construct, but to Kushina's shock as the her even her chains turned into, you could say, purple energy and tried to erase it all as Kushina tried to cancel it at the last second, but it was too late as it was still coming to her. But Minato quickly noticed that as he channeled wind chakra into his hand and cut the chains from Kushina as it was at the last second. Otherwise, that purple energy, just like it did with Naruto, would have done the same with Kushina as Kushina let out a breath of sigh of relief as Naruto looked towards all of them. I'm getting a bit bored. I've already fulfilled my promise to all of you people and have taken care of half of the people of Konoha, but don't worry. I'll be back to take care of the rest of them as well, of course. As Naruto looked towards Raikage, don't worry Raikage, since I'm such a good person, I will give a small visit to Komo as well. As he gave a chuckle at that, and just like that, the construct started to, you can say, construct as Naruto started to fly within the air as he spoke up loudly. People of Konoha, this day may be over, but mark my words, I'll be back. So live in the shadow of the doubt that you are safe, but remember, you never are. Your Hokage cannot save you. Your people, your shinobi are not powerful enough, and your so-called saviors are dead. So, in the next time, just wait for your miserable deaths as he started to laugh at that and started to fly into the sky. No one noticed another figure has also flew into the sky as it was none other than Q Ususuke, also known as, you can say, the Fire Princess, as she also started to fly within the air, while on the other hand, Naruto has started to fly outside of the atmosphere of the planet, and just like that, he was gone. While on the other hand, Minato looked into the sky in utter hatred in his eyes, as he promised at that day that no matter what, he will hunt down Naruto to the end of the world, and when he will get his hands on him, he will kill him. There is no option other than that. He will not use him as a weapon. He will not look towards his usefulness. No, the only thing that was waiting for Naruto Uzumaki was death. At this, he looked towards his people. So many of his shinobis were lying dead. As you can say, Jiraiya sensei also came out of his, you can say, sage mode at the doors. Look towards Jiraiya. Jiraiya, my boy, it seemed that we have to stop him at any cost because if he's allowed to live, he will bring nothing but utter destruction to this world. As Jiraiya nodded at that, he was sad. No, he was pretty, you can say angry at the same time. Menma was dead. No doubt about it, Naruto had lost the ability to use her chakra. Maybe Tsunade would be able to help her. Yeah, that was the only possibility. As Tsunade was looking down into the ground, clenching her fist. She wanted to kill Naruto as he has damaged and hurt Naruko-chan, but she will try her best to give Naruto the ability to use chakra once again because no doubt what he had done, he had attacked her chakra network. All she had to do is to see how much of a damage she had done. So she will take care of it. While on the other hand, Minato was still angry as he looked back to say that Raikage has also run away. While on the other hand, Anoki was dead. He is gonna have a lot of trouble in the future. All he have to do at this point to see how much damage had done to the village. While on the other hand, after some time, Minato was sitting in the council room as all the clan heads started to arrive after some time as they took their seat. They were already too saddened by the death of their clan heirs, and now this thing has happened. They had never expected something like this as they took their seat, and now they were looking towards Minato as Minato saw it as an ambu flashed in front of him, as it was none other than Kakashi. As Kakashi spoke up, Lord Hokage, the casualties have been merged and the numbers are here as Minato nodded at that as Kakashi distributed the sheets to all of the Konoha council as their eyes widened as Minato gritted his teeth. Fucking half, just like Naruto told them, it was exactly half of Konoha that was literally dead at this point. Not even their bodies were found. At that, as he spoke up, as Kakashi said, well, Lord Hokage, all of them are dead. Not even their bodies were found. But the moment Kakashi said that word, Shikaku Nara's eyes widened as he said, what did you say, Kakashi? As Kakashi looked towards him, well, as we have seen, Naruto's chakra turned people into not even ashes are left behind. So, not even bodies were left behind as Shikaku gritted his teeth as he clenched his face as he looked towards Minato, whose eyes also widened for a moment as Most of the clan heads' eyes widened, realizing that what was going on here as they looked towards Minato, demanding answers. As Shikaku spoke up, Minato, tell me, you knew about this before. As Minato gulped a little, well, Shikaku, I do not know what you're talking about. I have some doubts about it, but Orochimaru was also there. But it does not matter. As Shikaku spoke up, what do you mean that it doesn't matter? Naruto was the one responsible for killing our heirs. It is now clear. If it was Orochimaru, he would have left their bodies behind to send us a message. Now it makes sense. It was all along Naruto. At this, Minato sighed as he said, what do you want me to tell you, Shikaku, huh? I did not expect him to do something like this, but it doesn't matter. We will find him and we will take him down. He will pay for all of his crimes, all of it, Shikaku. At this, Shikaku gritted his teeth as all the clan heads were angry. They have only one thought in their mind, revenge. They will have their revenge. Many of their clan members had died in this attack. As Danzo Shimura spoke up, how can we believe your words, Hokage? After all, you're the one, the father of that little demon who had done this thing to our village. He had made us weak in front of other villages. As and how can we trust your judgment when your own children were not strong enough to stop him? As Minato glared towards Danzo, it is not time to, you can say, go into other these kind of discussions, Donzo. If you truly believe in Konoha and if you truly love it, then you will stop right then and there because this kind of talk is not gonna help us. Your little dream of becoming Hokage is not gonna happen. So shut your mouth. As Danzo gritted his teeth at that, as now the clan heads were now looking towards him angrily. They had lost their children, they have lost their many of the clan members, and this old buffoon was trying to take advantage of the situation to become Hokage. As Danzo realized that he had, you can say, been caught in his little scheme, so he decided to keep his mouth shut for the moment. But this provided him with an opportunity, even though many of his root members has also died. But soon enough, he will be able to take down Minato and become the Hokage, and afterward he will take down that demon as well. He has already sent off his route to find him to get his location, and when the time comes, he will take him down and become the hero of Konoha, and therefore become the Hokage after some time, as he smirked at that thought. While on the other hand, you can say Jiraiya was now standing in front of, you can say, Tsunade, who has just come out of the hospital room. As Kushina was present there, tears in her eyes, as Tsunade sighed as she looked towards both of them. Kushina, for this, you have to sit down. As Kushina looked towards Tsunade, what do you mean that I have to sit down? Tell me, how's my daughter? Is she alright? Is she alive? At this, Tsunade nodded at that. Kushina, Naruko is alright. Nothing is going to happen to her. As Kushina let out a sigh of relief, but you can say Jiraiya knew that a but was coming, and just like that, Tsunade spoke up, but I'm afraid that Naruko would never be able to become a shinobi ever again. Kushina, her career as a shinobi is over. At this, Kushina's eyes widened, for in some aspects it was even worse than that for a shinobi to lose the ability to use chakra. At this, you can say Kushina looked towards Tsunade. Tsunade, what do you mean by that? Tsunade sighed as she said, well, I previously thought that Naruto had attacked her chakra coils and chakra network and I would be able to heal it. But it seemed that he had done something far worse than that. Kushina, Jiraiya, Naruko no longer have a chakra pathway and chakra coils to begin with. At this, you can say both Kushina and Jiraiya's eyes widen for something like this to happen, for someone to lose even the chakra pathway and coils means that there was, you can say, no possibility of her of using chakra ever again, and there was nothing no one could do. At this, everyone's eyes widened at that as Kushina burst into tears and she wanted to meet Naruko as soon as possible as she bumped past Tsunade as Tsunade put a hand to Jiraiya's shoulder knowing that how he had thought that after the death of Menma that Naruko would be the one to save them all because she was alive and Menma was not, so she was the chosen one. But hearing that, which means that both Menma and Naruko are out of the question and no one which means that no one was there to save them now. As Tsunade went past by him already, she had tears in her eyes, but she promised that she will hunt down Naruto no matter what. He will answer for his crimes that he had done against this family. He will answer for it all, as she promised at the, you can say, grave of her grandfather, that she will kill him with her own two hands. But hey guys, here I will leave this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For the next part, the like goal is 200 likes, 80 comments. Do that and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, see you soon. Peace.